Hey now, it's been a struggle for the 2025 top overall pick as Cam Ward has led the Titans to a 1-5 start. Despite being the least blitzed qualified quarterback this season, Ward has been sacked a league-high 25 times this year, 6 more than any other player, and his off-target rate is north of 20%, the third highest mark in the league. New on NFL Live, Cam Ward spoke today for the first time since the firing of head coach Brian Callahan a few days ago.
It's really not for me to say. That's not my thing in the building. My job is to play quarterback. My job is to help lead this team to win. So I'm going to support whatever decision we make. The guys in the locker room are going to support it. But at the end of the day, with coach and without coach, like, we're trying to win football games. That's the main message that, Coach Mike is preaching, and we just got to live by it and stay true to it.
All right, so you draft a guy number 1 overall. We've been well documented on this show talking about how good Cam Ward has been despite the results at times. And I realize those numbers we just saw maybe makes you feel a little different. But, Graz, this is about his development. So what have the Titans said about how they'll develop Cam Ward with somebody new coming in?
Yeah, you can't just sort of white flag the first year of the development because you fired the head coach. So they lose the head coach and their offensive line coach, who was the head coach's father, and wasn't going to stick around. But they kept most of the rest of the infrastructure the same. The play caller will remain the same, Bo Hardegree, who it's been for the last 3 games. Mike McCoy was an offensive assistant on the staff already, so he's already been part of Cam Ward's developmental program. So I think they'll continue what they were doing, and then obviously there'll be somebody new almost certainly come in and change up the whole thing next year. But in the meantime, they feel like they can get good developmental work done.
If I could talk to Cam Ward, I'd tell him watch Monday Night Football next week, because Monday Night Football, 3 out of 4 quarterbacks are Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Jared Goff, all the guys that said, hey, you're not good anymore. Right. I think the things that I'd like to see, not only this season, but for the future of Cam Ward is, 1, get this offense a little bit more complete. It's so sit in the shotgun and so Cam Ward do it yourself. So just a more diversified offense, move the launch point, go under center a little bit. I think the second thing is quarterbacks like breather plays. Not every ball has to be 15 yards down the field. And part of that is Cam's growth, no doubt, but such longer developing pass plays. Sometimes it's just, hey, can I get a 5-yard out route just to turn my brain off and get a completion? And then being completion driven a little bit. I mean, Cam Ward's got 48 pass attempts this year that he's held the ball for 3.5 seconds or more. That's the most in the NFL. This is a rookie that doesn't have a ton to work with. I think that's the starting point schematically, not only this year, but the future.
I mean, you have to protect him physically and schematically, to your point. You lose your O-line coach, and they weren't playing great, obviously, even before, the head coach being let go. But at the same time, it's like when you have these top picks come into organizations that have so much to fix, you put everything on their shoulders, it does hurt their development. So you have to make the game plan more simple. You have to dig into the things that he's very comfortable and confident in executing. And on top of that, you have to try to find ways to mitigate, like, him not feeling like everything rests on his shoulders. To your point, like, he can't do it himself. And for no young quarterback, you can't. You don't give a 5th grader trigonometry. No, you let them ease into it before they can master what the NFL is, which is chaos. And that rhythm will help them combat the chaos that is NFL football.
I remember having a conversation a few years ago with an offensive line coach about these sort of epidemic we have right now with no good offensive linemen in the NFL, or very few of them. And he was telling me that, one of the hardest things for us field as offensive line coaches is that we draft these guys, and the first thing we got to do is untrain all the bad habits they have from playing in college football. Big, wide splits, spread offenses. These guys haven't ever gotten to 3-point stances, all these things. That's what I want the Titans to have to avoid with Cam Ward, is that whoever the head coach is next year is not going to spend the first half of his season with Cam untraining potential bad habits that can be developed for the rest of this season. I think because of the personnel, it's going to be hard for Cam to develop all the requisite talents that we want him to this year. But going forward, as long as he's not doing the things, it's kind of dovetails with what Dan was saying on both point 2 and 3 there. Less 3-pointers, not getting comfortable, just trying to score 7 points on every single play.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I actually think that Cam Ward is a quarterback that a lot of people would want to work with. So it'll be fascinating to see who they end up going with for this job.
If it's an offensive guy, he'll want to be there.
Right? There's a lot to be excited about with this young fellow. starting with the rookie sensation out of New York.
Yeah, Laura, some of these guys are graduating to veteran status in a hurry. But let's begin with Cam Scatterbo, the running back for the New York Giants, with 3 rushing touchdowns this past Thursday night. He is quickly becoming a legend in the New York, New Jersey area. Runs incredibly hard, that much is for sure. He's also playing a prominent role in the passing game. He's become a tone setter for this Giants offense. Played 69% of the snaps in 3 straight games. Tyrone Tracy returned on Thursday night. He was a non-factor for this offense. Cam Scatterbo figures to be the guy going forward. Biggest question with him, just holding it. He plays such a physical style of football. There are times where I wanted to maybe think about his long term. That being said, that is part of his greatness, a total factor in the running and passing game. Bucks done it again. Another mid-round pick that's working out for them. Jacob Parrish, 3rd-round rookie cornerback out of Kansas State. If you saw him up close and personal, he's built like me. He's small and lean. That being said, he is making an impact not just as a pass defender. You'll see this huge pass breakup near the goal line against Kendrick Bourne this past week, but also making a mark as a run defender as well. He had 7 solo tackles this past weekend. This guy is showing that size, sometimes just a listed number on the roster, because he is playing with some serious intensity as a run defender beyond his coverage skills as well. And finally, Laura, we have to remind ourselves that sometimes prospect evaluation should not be done in a vacuum. Nick Emanwari may not have been a perfect fit everywhere, but he's a perfect fit in Seattle. Height, weight, speed freak out of South Carolina who goes to Seattle under Mike Macdonald, who I would offer is the best talent maximizer at safety out of any coach by far in the NFL. We are seeing some wild stuff out there defensively in Seattle. 3 safeties is basically their base defense. You're seeing him make a major mark in all different facets for this defense right now. He had 4 interceptions, returned 2 for a touchdown last year at South Carolina. We're going to see some more splash plays from him now that he's fully healthy out there in Seattle.
Yeah, our good friend Mina Kimes, Seattle girl.
Yeah.
We were talking yesterday. I mean, as much as the conversation has been around what Sam Darnold's done, that Seattle defense has been so good.
Boy.
The numbers are insane. I know it's a smallish sample size, but woo. All right, new on NFL Live. Don't look now. The Patriots are atop the AFC East. Here's what Mike Vrabel thinks about it.
Well, they're not going to cancel the rest of the season, and that's not really our focus right now. But I would say that we've done, we put ourselves in a position to play meaningful games. Not that they aren't all meaningful, but certainly focusing on this one on the road, seeing if we can't continue to enhance the things that we do well and then eliminate the stuff that could or will or has gotten us beat.
Oh, Dan, what stood out to you about Drake May and the Patriots offense?
So Drake has become one of the best deep ball throwers in the NFL because every pass play starts with how do we protect it and can we give him the time? Okay, so 4D lineman, but the back walks himself up into the line of scrimmage, the tight end over to the left. So what that does is this kind of pick game at the bottom of the screen, it almost becomes a 6.5-man protection just from the start. Then you lift coverage. Now Drake May just understands, okay, this is really a 2-man read. I'm just reading once 20 puts his hands on my tight end. Look at the pocket he gets to throw from. There's the shallow. Great 3rd down conversion, but it starts with them committing those numbers. The play, how many times have I shown this? Motion over, play action, okay? Number 1, I got a tight end and a wide receiver double teaming the edge. Here's the play fake. After the play fake, the running back double teams with the tackles. I got 3 double teams and a one-on-one. The crosser sells that bottom receiver, Pop Douglas, is going to be running what we call a pylon. This is a field post, meaning you're running the post all the way across the field. But it's because of those double teams on the perimeter. The last touchdown, the one to Keyshawn Boutte, it's another example of that. Watch this motion. He goes from inside to out. So you switch the pattern release. Once again, there's chip. You hold that bottom defender, and then the space that is created for Drake May to throw the football down the field is fantastic. But all 3 of those clips are out of a pocket that should not look the way it does, because Josh McDaniels, every play is like, I'd love to run this. How do we protect it? I'd love to run this. How do we keep it clean? I'd love to run this. How do we make sure that the pocket's clean? I wish more offenses did that.
I was about to say, why don't they? It seems like
it's a great point.
I mean, you got to have the guy at quarterback, and that's what you're seeing with McDaniels' offense and May. And also, look at the production he's getting out of the guys that aren't Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, why is Boutte playing better?
I mean, I think it's the trust that he's getting from May and the position he's being put in. Like, you show him the touchdown he had. He had 2 other really big catches here. Here goes a touchdown on a contested catch. He had another 3rd down conversion. Very physical. At the point of attack, and when the ball is in the air, he's coming down with it. This is another 20-plus yard catch on the sideline, gets his feet down with the guy draped over him. And in the last 2 games, 8 targets, 8 catches, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's trust from your quarterback. And every time you're going to get that opportunity, you're making the most of it.
I will say this, too. You know this. At LSU as a freshman, he was All-American.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the next guy to that school. Things didn't go
They
necessarily.
sputtered a little bit at times.
That's when Chase stepped out. I think he like went on, and he had to step up early.
Hey, you know what else? They were in New Orleans. You wonder if he's like, man, I'm
There's
back
that
in
too.
Louisiana.
There's that too.
Either way, he's been consistent enough to say it's a little more than that. All right.